Meg Boswell pressed her forehead into the damp neck of her horse as she clung to his mane. Fingers of moonlight stretched down, flickering against woman and beast as they galloped along the narrow road flanked by shadows and trees. Aunt Mary's hasty directions beat in Meg's head. "Stay on the north road that follows the river up into Scotland." Good Lord, she couldn't even hear the river anymore. Was this still the right road? Pippin's hooves clopped hard against the packed dirt. A crisp night wind tossed the leaves overhead, twirling many down to cover the road. Meg coaxed the crumpled parchment from her cloak pocket, and smoothed it as she balanced easily in Pippin's sway. "God, keep me on the right path." She blinked and held the scrap up to a flash of moonlight. Aunt Mary's blocky letters were engulfed in shadow. With her empty hand, Meg touched her thumb and index fingertips together and drew them apart slowly, as if honey stuck between them. A soft blue bubble expanded into the size of a chestnut, illuminating the poorly written words. "Rachel Munro, Alec Munro, Scotland to west by sea." Meg hastily snuffed out the blue orb and secured the note. She reached out to Pippin with her senses. The horse's breath came in laboured puffs. His lungs expanded and contracted, muscle fibres stretched with exertion, heart pounding, nearing its limit. Meg swallowed past the clenching in her throat and pulled back on Pippin's reins. "Whoa!" she breathed. She glanced behind her, only darkness. No torches or snapping hounds, no hangman or executioner, no Roland Boswell. She sucked down the cool air. "Breathe deeply." Panic chased people off cliffs. Panic had already ruled her day. Calm thinking must save her now, for she definitely needed saving. Uncle Harold may be too afraid of English law to help, but Aunt Mary wasn't. Fear of witchcraft accusations chased all healers, even if she didn't have the curse that Meg had to hide. When they'd received word that Meg's father, Roland Boswell, was half a day away and coming to retrieve her, Aunt Mary had packed up Meg and thrown her onto a horse. Boswell wrote that Meg was to be assessed for godliness, and married to a prestigious man at court. Assessed for godliness? In other words, he planned to test her for witchery. And Meg wasn't going to sit obediently at home waiting to be examined, tried, and burned on the same false charges as her mother. A branch in the thick woods snapped. Meg choked on a breath, coughing on the acrid taste of subdued panic. She glanced once again over her shoulder. "Let no one see your light." Aunt Mary's words beat through Meg's memory in the silence. Eyes wide, searching the shadows, she pulled her bow to rest in her lap. "Nothing. 'Tis nothing." She was well ahead of her father. She would get away.